Good evening and welcome to the third edition of Thursday Talkies. Today we have with us a special guest from Calcutta, and I would like to introduce her to all of you, all the viewers who are here with us now. She is Mrs. Susmita Sarkar, and has been in the field of education for the last couple of decades. And what she has mentioned in her micro profile is her motto of work is devotion, motivation, time management, wholesome development of a child, honesty, and discipline. She did also mention that she is an optimistic who believes that teaching as well as learning is a continuous process and that a teacher first should be a very good mind reader in order to adapt to a child's mindset. So well said, ma'am. I fully agree with you that you must be first disciplined yourself. You must be the role model, and you must be a person who must be able to read the mind of your children, and those of them who are able to read the mind of the children would make themselves as the best teachers. So Sushmita ma'am, I'm sure you're able to hear me now. Hello. Yeah, you're able to
Yes,
hear me, right?
yes, sir.
Sushmita ma'am, welcome to
Good
you.
afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon and welcome to this session. I'm sure the topic which we have chosen is very apt for the current situation. That's a work-life balance, right? There must be, you must be working and you also have a life. There must be balance between the two. You can't be going too much on your work. You can't be going too much with your life because you need to balance both. Without work, you can't have life because you have to eat through the salary what you get through your work. If you don't get that salary, then there's no life. But that really doesn't mean that you can keep working and don't take care of your life. So our discussion today would be on as to how we could balance both work and life. Before that, I just wanted to ask you, ma'am. I have just introduced about your micro profile. How did you land up as an educationalist? And when did you start this? Where all you had been to? Which all schools you represented in the last 22 years of your career? And currently you are based out of Calcutta. And how the journey was. If you could just throw some light onto your journey for the last 20 years, our viewers would be very happy listening to you, ma'am. So welcome to you, madam, to this Thursday topic. I'm sure this session is going to be of very great help to all my viewers because today most of us are stressed, are doing something totally different than the usual stuff what we used to do as teachers. So over to you, ma'am, about your journey as far as your career is concerned. Yes, over to you, ma'am.
Very, very good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to
And
you, ma'am.
I'm pleasure to. You are welcome me in such a way. I will be grateful towards Amrita University. As you asked me that my journey, sir, I started my career as a pre-primary teacher in 1994 January.
All right.
31st January was my first working day as a teacher. I started my
Not
career
bad.
as a teacher.
Not bad. You remember the first day of your career. Wonderful. That's great. That's
Exactly.
great. I
Thank you,
also
sir.
remember my first day. Mine is 15th September 1979. 1979, 15th
Okay.
September. All right, go ahead, ma'am. Sorry for interruption. In between, I'll keep talking something like this
No,
if you
no,
don't bother.
it's okay, sir.
It
After
doesn't bother
that,
you.
sir, I was served as pre-primary teacher almost 8 years, but 6 years I was there from Bihar. I started my career, and
Bihar.
I was taught a tiny children. And after
Okay,
that,
okay.
gradually I grown up, and then in 2000 I left for South Africa as my
You were
husband
in South
got the
Africa. What were
opportunity
you
to
doing in
as an
South Africa?
expatriate.
What were you doing in
Actually,
South
sir,
Africa?
I
And what
went
took you to South Africa?
Actually, sir, I went there for my husband's assignment, but I
Okay.
was there in Botswana,
Botswana. Botswana. Okay.
Southern
Botswana.
Africa, and there,
All right.
yes, and I was stayed there for 8 years, and I worked there not as a what you can say, not as a professional teacher, but I used to do the with some schools. and I used to do the grooming the small children, because
Okay, lovely,
that
lovely.
time there is some issue of work permit. So I was thinking it's better to sit at home and wasting time. I should move around. Even where my daughter was studying, that school principal and teachers and other schools also, I used to work. Voluntary service, you can say.
All right. Oh, wonderful,
So
wonderful.
after 2007, I came and started my career as a primary teacher, from pre-primary to primary. Then gradually I grown. I have done BA, and after that, in 2016, I was become the founder principal of RK International School, Bulandshahr.
Bulandshahr.
And after that, yes, and then I started my first, experience as a principal from 2000 and not 15, 2015 February, and till date I'm serving. I just joined last year Narayana Group of Schools as a principal, and now
This is
journey is
Narayana Group.
continuing.
This Narayana Group is from Hyderabad, ma'am. You're talking about those
Yes,
Narayana
sir.
from Hyderabad.
Exactly.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, in
So what's
Bengal
the
they
what?
have 16 branches, sir. So
Oh,
I
16 branches is totally West Bengal. Okay. How many in Calcutta? How many in Calcutta?
and 16, sir. 16.
16.
Total
All right. Okay.
16 branches in. And I joined the Barashat branch itself,
Okay.
and the journey is going on. Now I am, because of the pandemic situation, all the work is done. Used to done in from home, but last 3 months before I left Narayana, and I joined another organization which is called Brighton International School. It is an upcoming school, so it will be starting from next year, and I
All right.
am associated with them and continuing with them. I'm working as an
Wonderful.
educationist. I'm Yeah,
Wonderful.
sir.
Wonderful. Sushmita ma'am, welcome again to this session. And you explained about to yourself very well as the journey. How did it start off, and where are you have been to? I think you had worked a few parts of India, also been abroad in Botswana, right? So you have seen the world. You have seen our country. Now,
Yes,
you
sir.
know the situation currently, ma'am, is that it's not very encouraging. I mean, in the sense that we are all under total confusion as to what we are supposed to do for the future, especially the student community as well as the teacher community. If you look at them, I want to actually initially talk to you about the teacher community. When I talk about teachers, I just want you to start this discussion mentioning to me as to how to achieve work and life balance as a teacher. You get my point, ma'am? Because this work and life for different profession, it is totally different. For example, for a doctor it is different, for a lawyer it is different, for an engineer it is different to balance the life and work. But for a teacher, in a normal condition, how do you balance this life and work, or work and life for a teacher? Maybe I'm talking to you from the school teacher angle, ma'am. Over to you. Can we hear some thought on this particular question, ma'am?
Yeah, sir. For this, we usually we have to know that what is actually the work-life balance. What is the balance? How you can maintain the balance? So, an individual ability to maintain a balance between work and life is affected by the factors which you are related to your job, related to your
All right.
personal life, which including
All right.
how you are flexible, how you can accommodate within the situation. That's depend on that particular person. It is my thought. So sometimes, sir, it is depend on person to person, because we can find lot of teachers. They have been last webinar what I watched. Sir was there and he said that by
Okay.
chance, some teachers are by chance they can become a teacher, And some teachers you can find that passionately, their passion to teach. From the beginning, they know that I want to become a teacher. It is not like
Okay.
because of the situation, because of the family problem, they are become a teacher. When you can
Okay.
find these two type of people, their balancing matter is totally different. Nowadays, during the pandemic, we can find that lot of schools is facing the problem, economical problem. But
Okay.
some teachers who are really the teachers, I mean, according to me, I never said that without money, how can I survive? I agree. Yes, money is it is bread and butter. It gives us bread and butter. But when you are a teacher, we all know teaching is a noble profession. So
Absolutely.
when a teacher is performing in an educational, field, they should be balanced mentally. Means whatever the situation, they should remember that we should not disturb the academics of my student. Their agitation, their concern, their thoughts, everything, it is there. But it should not become in front of the student. So
All
this
right.
balance should be maintained in proper way. So, in practical life, when we find in a school some teachers, who are really very good academics background, they are very good human being, but sometimes as an administrator, I can find they are disturbed, they are mentally not okay, they are used to come late. But as a principal, my thought is rather than to take a decision or harsh decision, we should sit with them, counsel them, find out the problem, then we take the decision. It would be better for the student as well and the teacher also, because keep on changing in the school, keep on changing the teachers is not a give a very good effect to the students. So then a teacher when working, coming to a school, they're serving the school in their own manners, uh, emotional emotionally they are attached with the total student group. So sometimes they are showing, they are not satisfied in other way, which problem we are finding. So in that, my perception is, sir, being a teacher, they should maintain the at least 10 tips. 10 tips, it's for all the teachers. What my suggestion is, they should maintain it.
So
That
what are
is,
the
first one
you're
is, sir,
you're going to talk about 10 tips for the teachers, right?
yes,
10
yes,
10 tips.
10
Okay, go ahead.
tips.
Okay, 10
Yes.
tips. Okay, what is the first tip? Let's talk about the first tip.
Uh, first one is, yes, first one is work should be smarter, not harder. Work should be smarter, not harder. Means
Okay.
the infrastructure, the school curriculum, whatever they're instructed, they should plan in such way so that it should not be kill their too much time, but it should give the good result to the student. It
So which
means
means
that
yeah.
suppose, yes, suppose a content will be delivered from the next day. So that's why lesson plan has been made. And to become very frank, what the lesson plan has been made nowadays, what I can find, it's only for writing. They are not using their mind. Some of the teachers, I'm not tailing all, but some of the teachers, they are taking the BA degree only to serve, only to get the job, to continue in their own way. But they don't know how it should be smarter and it should not be harder. It means that they are making the lesson plan, they are just copying from other previous lesson plan. So that's why they are getting confused. They keep on asking. So it is their duty to read. Nowadays, we can find the social media. So many videos, so many things. So if a topic should be given properly, content delivered should be properly through YouTube or some topic. If they take the help from social media, it is so easy for them. It will be not hectic for them. This is my first tip. Work should be smarter, should not be harder.
So your
Next
advice
is,
to the teachers, madam, your advice to the teacher is to be work smart, right? And you do not work
yes,
harder.
exactly. Yes. Harder
Work smart.
means, sir, in not that way. Work should not be, they should not be get confused. Smart
Okay,
work
okay.
and hard work.
Yeah,
Hard work
yeah. It is not just working
make the
hard.
process easier.
Yeah, I agree with you. So you must be working
Yeah.
hard also with smartness. So there must be a
Yes,
combination of
exactly.
hard work and smart work. Is that what you're trying to convey?
Smart,
Okay, ma'am. Please go ahead.
exactly. Next is, sir, work. Draw a line between work and home. So this is a very vital point, sir. Why I'm saying teacher should be make a border line, make a circle that where I should stop. Nowadays, I can find lot of people are doing tuitions, home tuitions. So they are creating pressure on themselves. According to CBSE, uh, good schools, they are never allow their teachers to do the tuitions. But nowadays, I can find teachers are coming from the school earlier, even they are running because they have the batch from the 4 o'clock or 3:30. So what happening during the schools, the same students they are studying, and the same students are coming to their places for take tuitions. So in our system, in our that time, we used to keep a distance from the teachers. But nowadays, I can find students are much more closer to the teacher, which is not good according to me. The thing is, it should be boundary. You should know that from school and home we should not mix them. There is some boundary lines, that how far we can give the student into my life. They should not be very much familiar. I mean, familiar means until unless a teacher should get into the child mind, they can't teach properly. But at the same time, teacher should remember how much boundary I should keep in front of me to make a distance. Like in our time, sir, I hope you also agree with me. We are very much scared about to enter even the staff room. Very much scared. We are not very much fluent. Used to go, but nowadays we can find students are very much easy to accessible, very much easy to access with the teachers. Ultimately, it can give the stress because sometimes students are taking the house problem, some personal problem to the teacher, and teachers are try to solve it because they are giving space to the student. Next is, sir, make a friend. Means apart from my teaching, apart from my teaching,
So, ma'am,
my
uh,
time.
ma'am, ma'am, 1 minute. On the second front, you said draw a line between the work and your life, right?
Yes,
I mean, you mean to
yes,
say draw a Lakshman Rekha, right? So
yeah, exactly.
you fix it. Let's say you will devote 8 hours or 10 hours of your time for your work and balance 14 hours for your house. So what ma'am rightly mentioned is draw a line. Don't cross the line. I mean that's it. So I mean that was a good point you did mention. Over to you, ma'am, on the third
Sir,
point.
actually, A third point is make a friend. It's not like that. Friend
Make a
means make a friend.
friend, friend,
Friend
dosti,
means
dosti, dosti.
apart from your dosti, apart from your school timing,
Haji.
your school friend will be there. So try to connect. Try to get out from your school circumstance, school colleagues, your daily routine. Sometimes in a once in a week you try to go give time to your family, go for the trip or small trip, or some other activity you can do with your friends which is not related to the academics, not related to the academics. So your childhood friend, your teacher should meet once in a week or twice in a week. It can give the refreshment. So visually, when we sit together, all the teachers, we are really discussing about the curriculum, discussing about the student behavior, everything. But sometimes my perception is teachers should get out from all this and discussion some different issue. It can be politics, it can be film, it can be music. So it can give them the relaxation of mind so that next day when they will work, they can work in a fresh mind.
So you mean to say that most of the teachers keep talking only about the curriculum, about the students, about the principal, about about what's happening inside the school. So your suggestion would be that to get out of this talking only about the school, you also talk something outside the school subject, like you talk about something what is happening in Ram Janmabhoomi. When did our Prime Minister go there? What all he did? What is the outcome of that? All this other than politics, you can talk, right? Across the country. You've got a lot of politics. So, other than your school subject, which you should leave it in the school, create a friend, have a good friend with whom you can just not talk only about the school, but also various other informations you can talk with, right? What is happening internationally, nationally. So, I think that's a good suggestion. The third suggestion is also most welcome, ma'am. Well said. Right. Now, let's go to the fourth point of yours, if it is ready with you.
Next is, sir, give yourself like a break. Break means like we used to get summer holiday. We used to get some in between, 2 3 days holiday. So I think my suggestion is to they should go out with their family for a small trip rather
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
than they're stuck with their tuitions and other responsibility. They should go for the small trip, at least for refreshment. And apart from the next, so this is a very, not very important because nowadays during the pandemic, the economical situation is very tough. So maybe some can teachers ask me that, ma'am, where is the money for the trip? So this is my suggestion that trip is not like that you have to spend lot of money or some your nearby any
Outing.
friend's
Some
house you
outing.
can
Some
visit.
outing.
Out, out, exactly, outing.
Yes, just outing.
Next
Just
is, sir,
outing.
uh, yeah. Next is, sir, cultivate life outside the classroom. That is very important because of what I can say. Being a subject teacher, my suggestion is to cultivate yourself outside the classroom means when you are teaching, suppose a biology teacher teaching, delivering the content uh, like in the classroom. So maybe photosynthesis or some other things. So my suggestion would be that instead of keeping student and teacher always in the classroom, it's better you can show something practical. Means if 4 days per week, if biology classes will be there, so my suggestion is to 2 days you can spend in the class, one day you can take them to the lab, and one day you can take them outside the school. Means sir, Rabindranath Tagore, he believes in outside students should go
Gurukula.
out and Yes, exactly. I mean, under the sky, they should sit and study.
Absolutely.
So this
So,
is my suggestion that at least once in a week they should take out all the student outside the classroom and they can teach in a open environment. It can give teacher as well as students a very good impact on their study and the delivery also.
So, ma'am, what you are suggesting in the fourth point is to have a theory being discussed for about 3 4 days, and maybe one day you can show them the practicality of whatever has been taught theoretically. And you also suggest one day in a week whether we can take our students outside the school premises, right? It can be a short visit to some of those laboratories or some prominent places,
Yes,
whether they can get some sun, some breeze, and that it's like a excursion for them, a study tour, like going out and then watching things outside. So good suggestion on the fourth point.
exactly,
So, ma'am,
exactly.
let us now get on to the fifth point of yours. Let's now get on to the fifth point.
Yes, ma'am. Invest. Teachers should invest a particular time, which is be invest for their own development.
Oh, okay,
Own
okay.
development means, yeah, development, sir, in such way it is not like related to the what I can say, related to the subject or related to the content. It can be some, we all know in our system mentorship is there. So
Yeah,
when you become a mentor of a student, you have to be that much capability to grasp those things like good human being, some moral story, learn some good books, which is carrying some thoughts like Swami Vivekanand. So many good books they can read so that whatever they will grasp, they can
yeah,
deliver to the student. So it is very necessary for a teacher for to develop their own mindset for development, self development. It is not
absolutely.
only that how good you are delivering your content, how good you are in studying. Sir, in my life, I can find so many teachers uh, who are maybe very mediocre by what I can say. Educational background is very mediocre, but sir, very good teachers because when they are teaching, they are giving their 100%. For them, they are developing themselves. They are reading lots of books. Even before the delivery, they used to interact. 5 minutes they used to spend with the student because they used to deliver that what is happening in around the world, whether they knows. At the same way we can find, sir, self development is necessary. If a good teacher make a balance with the education and the student mind, they want to read student mind, really want to serve nicely, so they have to focus on their own development. Until unless you can't read a student mind if you are not self developed.
Absolutely.
Why? Because
Yeah.
hmm,
Continue. Sorry. Continue, ma'am. Continue.
so
Sorry.
it is very necessary. Uh, it is very necessary for a teacher to focus on their own development. It can be not only subject wise. It can be being a like myself, SSC teacher. I am my course subject is SSC, but I am very much interested in song. I used to sing. Listen a song, not only Hindi, English also. Some song which is I can't even don't understand the language, but I
Okay.
listen. Sometimes I used to read. In social media, my daughter is also reading. So learning is a continuous process. It is not like that I can learn only from book. I can learn from even small children also. So yesterday, someone sent me a video where I can find 2 years. 2 years, a small boy. He's a master of People are saying that Google Guru. Why? Because in this age, he can answer each and every UPSC, IPSC, in NEET, this standard question answer he is giving. Means randomly they are asking the question that capital of this, capital of that, and he is answering. Whether the small children can't even speak properly, but he is giving answer. So until unless you will not giving time, involve yourself in other aspects, how you get to know, how you get to know about, and how you will represent. Like as per my knowledge, student never be happy when teacher go deliver the content and come back. You used to familiar with them, and you can become familiar if you give some good information apart from the subject. I repeat, apart from the subject, if you give some fruitful information to the student, that can be attract student can, I mean, you can attract the student mind, and student you can very easy to read their mind. You can be very close to the student. So this is my perception, sir. uh,
You have any further points, because you mentioned about 10 points. So I think you've covered about 5 points. I think five or six. I'm not sure. So you have any
no,
further
no,
more points?
yes, sir.
That's it.
Yes, sir. Yes, point is there, sir.
You
Next is,
Yeah, yeah.
sir, sometimes you can sit at home for teachers. This is for specially for teachers. You can
Oh,
sit
okay.
at home and just have fun with your family, with your kids, with your friends. I mean, do nothing. It means totally you have to do nothing. Not even think regarding the circumstance, like during last 5 months we are at home. So in month of March, when the lockdown was started, that time it was very hectic for us, when we are thinking that total 21 days or 27 days we have to be at home, we can't move outside. So but now you can find we are habituated with this system.
Hopefully, we are able to.
We
We'll
don't,
after this. We hopefully we move out of the house. With this
yeah,
habituation, we should not get stuck to the house. We should be able to move out. So what she's saying is
exactly.
true.
So if you think, if you give pressure to your mind that what will happen, it's better to flow yourself with the time. Let's see what will happen, because we don't know what will happen tomorrow. So unnecessarily, I don't think so we should get pressure. It's better we should do something which is fruitful. Next is, sir, health, which is very
Yeah, yeah,
necessity.
yeah.
I
Very
mean,
true. Very true.
you should take care of your health. Like we know that 8 hours, teachers should, I mean, not teachers, every human being need 8 hours sleeping time. But sometimes it is not possible. Not only for teachers, even corporate level, some people are not able to get sleep. I mean, regular basis they can't sleep 8 hours. But the thing is, it's very necessary for a particular person who is teaching to keep relax, give relax to their mind. And your mind can relax when you sleep. Sleep means sound sleep. So it's my suggestion to all the teachers that they should, whenever they will sleep, they should schedule a time, and they should get sleep properly and wake up properly. Why I'm saying? Because if a teacher can't keep the balance in his life, it will definitely affect the student. This is my perception. So it's
So tell
very
me,
necessary for.
Tell me, ma'am, I just have a question to you here. Is that you said about 8 hours of sleep is required for the teachers. I agree with whatever you are saying, but there are teachers who sleeps at who goes to bed at 12 o'clock in the midnight and then wake up at around 8:30 in the morning. Is that is suggested? Is it good for health, or you have any particular period of time, like for example,
No,
you sleep
no.
because those times there is
Like,
something
sir,
called early to bed and early to rise. Like you
you
sleep
should,
early, get up early. In
like,
Calcutta, Madam, in
sir, it is,
Calcutta, yeah, Calcutta, the sun rises at around 4 o'clock. So I'm sure all of you are early risers, right? What time you wake up in the morning? What time?
yes,
आप
sir.
कितना बजे उठेंगे आप? आप कितना बजे उठेंगे
Sir,
सुबह?
my time is 5 o'clock.
But तब
5.
तक, by the time the light would have come into your house, because I know in
Yes, sir.
Calcutta by 4 o'clock already the sun is up, right? So what is your
Exactly, sir.
suggestion? It is better to sleep early and get up in the late, or or sleep early, get up late, or sleep
No,
late,
sir.
get up
My,
late. What is your
early to bed
suggestion?
and early to rise.
Then is that would
Sir,
that would be
actually,
the
this
good.
is the, early to bed and early to rise. It's my
Yeah,
suggestion.
yeah,
But the
yeah.
problem is, it's our daily life, sir. It is technically not possible sometimes
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
because
Yeah, yeah,
a teacher
yeah. Agree, agree, agree.
combination is there. It is technically, but that's why they can make a division, like in the afternoon if they get time, so that they can take a nap, a small nap. It
Call
would
it
be
power nap,
better for
power
them.
nap, power nap.
Yeah,
Just for आधा घंटे के लिए सो
exactly,
जाना आप. आधा घंटा आराम करो,
exactly.
power nap. But अगर आप अगर आप आधा घंटा सोएंगे ना, वो आधा घंटा कभी 2 घंटा हो सकता है. You see, you go to sleep in the afternoon thinking that you're going to sleep for half an hour, and by the time you wake up, you would have slept for 2 to 3 hours. That's danger. So what Madam is
Yeah,
saying, only
that's
power
danger.
nap, not a long nap.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
only half an hour. It
Uh-huh.
should be nap. It should not be sleeping time. It should be nap.
Power nap. Yeah, yeah. It cannot be
Next
sleep.
is sir. Then my next point is creative writing. Like, teachers should always keep on themselves busy with some creative writing. Creative writing means, again, it's not all about your subject. It can be all about your some other subject also. It can be some, like, nowadays COVID, like, not only writing, some discussion when they are performing as a mentor to the student. So they make a group discussion. It can give the good effect to the student as well, and the teacher also very fruitful, because if you become a Hindi teacher, if one Hindi teacher become a mentorship of a group of students, so usually he or she speak in Hindi himself. But my suggestion is, you should not keep yourself bounded in Hindi. So get out of it. Get out of it and try some new things. It can be Bengali, it can be English. So whenever you get time, you involve in some activity which is fruitful for you. Like, become a Hindi teacher, priority will be, I will be always speaking Hindi. But my perception is, as a teacher, you should grow in such a way, so it can, you can dilute in any circumstance. So this is my writing, that keep on doing the creative writing, keep on doing the group discussion, where you can find yourself, you can get the knowledge from others also. So it is very necessary for a teacher, and their mind also become a fresh. So this activity should be done properly.
But
And
I agree with you that see the today's contest. If you look at today's situation where the children have stopped writing at all, see the habit of
hmm,
writing and reading has gone from our children. They don't write, they don't read. Reading and writing are very important for any student, even for a
exactly,
teacher. So writing
exactly,
habit itself is gone. But then making our teachers to write creatively is something I don't know how one should write creatively. Creativity is you have to have that different thought altogether. See,
exactly.
creativity
So this
doesn't.
is my
Yeah,
suggestion. This is
yeah,
my
yeah.
suggestion.
It is your suggestion.
Why
Okay.
I'm saying, yeah, this is my suggestion, because in our school, in education system in India, which the teachers is stuck with their subject itself.
Okay.
Like so many good schools, they are like admit show. Okay, a teacher when appointed, we are appointed. We should give them space. Like if we are giving the same responsibility to our same teachers, then how the other teacher will grow. So
All right.
even school management will look after this matter, that they should give the chance to the teachers to do some creativity, some
All
more
right.
activity. So until unless teacher will do the activity, they can flourish. And if they are not flourish, our student will not flourish.
Yeah. Quite right.
So
Quite
this
right.
is my suggestion. This
Quite
is
right.
my suggestion.
Wonderful, ma'am. I
Last
think.
and
Oh, there's one last
yes,
point with you. All right. Last
last
one. The final
point.
point.
Final point is, sir, at the end I can say, always teachers should celebrate their success.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah. That's fine.
Success means, if I taught a children and he or she got a good result, so we should not think about that. Yes, I have done so many things, but nobody praised me. But school management didn't appreciate me. We should not think about. People are thinking too much. We should celebrate our own success.
Oh, which means you
I
should pat
can't.
yourself. Well done. Well
Yes,
done. Well done. Yeah. You find a success, you pat yourself. That's what you're saying.
yes,
Good.
exactly.
Don't,
Means I
don't
being
expect others to say you've done a good job. Yes.
a yes, being an optimistic person, I should not think negatively that I have done something. You should not keep any expectation. You do your job with proper way, and you make your life balance with among the school premises and your family life, and you perform. So this is my things perception, that if I perform well, I will not expect that who is praising me or who is criticizing me. I will do my job with full focus and full devotion. That's my part. Being a teacher, I should
Wonderful.
perform well because my duty is towards the student, not towards the management or not towards anyone. So, big focus on your teaching job.
That's
Should not
fantastic.
disturb.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, sir.
correct. That's fantastic. Madam, like you had mentioned close to about 10 points. 10 points. See, like, for example, when I look at teachers, teaching as a profession, there are many teachers who leave from one job, one school to the other school, right? A
Yes,
teacher
sir.
works for 1 year or 2 years, then
Mhm.
resigns and goes to another school. So teachers keep living from one school to another. I think
Yes,
is
sir.
that advisable? And is it possible for the management to stop such good teachers leaving their school and going to some other schools for a few thousands of rupees in their salary? Why do the teachers leave, madam? See, like for example, I'm not talking about you as a teacher, but
Yeah,
I find many a
yeah.
case I'm talking about the private schools. In government schools, they don't, right?
Yes,
Because
yes,
that
yes.
it's a transferable job. You can be transferred from Salt Lake to Baliganj school. That's a different thing. But otherwise, for
Exactly.
a private school, I find them living every 1 year, 2 years. Uh, they lose that particular. Then they have to go and establish in a new school. Can you tell me why is the teachers are leaving, and how can the management stop teachers from leaving or resigning from their school and then going for some other schools? Yes, madam, please.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. It's a very good question. I would
Thank you,
like to
madam.
answer you. Before I go to the next other teachers, let me talk about myself. Being a teacher, I have started my career, and uh, because I was teacher, still I am a teacher, then I am an administrator. That I believe. So
Yeah.
I also keep on changing. If you see my biodata, you can find every after 2, 3 years I am changing
Yes.
my organization. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that is my problem was different, sir.
Okay.
As I am a married lady, so I used to move where my husband was moving. I
Yeah.
used to
Yeah.
follow him. follow me. I don't have
Yes.
any other choices. And after that, when I got, I mean, my daughter is gradually become, I mean, grown up. So I used to move according to her comfortness. So there will be so many, I mean, you can find the lady teacher who are left the job every after 1.5 month, or one year, 1.5 year, or 2 years after. Some problem, typical problem is there. This is the reason for the special, basically lady teachers. But for the teachers, if I see the common problem, why they are changing the organization, sir, some, as a principal, this is my perception. What I can find, that they are unable to make themselves self motivated towards the, because they don't understand that at the certain level we have to keep our patience. We have to keep our patience. uh, Sorry for, I can't, I should not say like this. For this, some of the organization are really, I mean, responsible for this. Maybe mismanagement,
Okay.
maybe some other issue with the teachers. So they are without notice, they are uh, giving them the ultimatum that you have to move. For
Okay.
this
So there.
thing, teachers, yes, without notice, you are doing this. So this thing, when it is spreading among the teachers, they gradually agitated. They gradually agitated. They become angry. Here is, they have to keep the, I mean, patience level, because some of the teachers are leaving because of the package what they are getting. If they are getting more, what they are right now, current situation, whatever their salary they are getting, so if they are getting 2000 or 2500 more, they are shifting. So
Okay.
the, as per my perception, sir, it is both side game. Management also and teachers also, they should believe on each other. They should believe on each other. Management also should know that what the teacher, how the teacher is, and teacher is also keep on, I mean, what I can say, keep on believe on the management that there will be certain problem is arising. Maybe after that it will be very good for me, good future. Because keep on changing is not the, I mean, solution for a teacher as well, and it is not good for the school also. Because very few school, I find that it is keep on changing. So my perception is, sir, why teachers are changing the organization, because they are basically, some of them, most of them, 74% patience level is zero. They don't have patience. And
Okay.
some, I say, some managemental problem is there. So whenever they got the opportunity, they should move. But in my other, apart from Bengal, I didn't find that much problem in other school. I served Haryana, I served Jharkhand, I served UP, but I never find this kind of problem. But here in Bengal, some schools having the problem. Every after 6 months, you can find a new faces. So it is not good. So it is my suggestion to the teachers also. They should keep the patience, and to the management that they should take care about. They, basically, they are the facilitator. So it is better, leave them. They should sit with the teacher or particular teacher and find out the problem. Because no, I mean, any problem can be solved when you sit, rather than you go from run away from there. So it's
Absolutely.
better
Absolutely.
to sit together and discuss, and then find the problem and solve it.
Madam, there is
This is my
final. So nice of you for having explained well on the reasons as to why the teachers are leaving, and her suggestion is it could be because of the teacher, because of the management, or many other issues that crop up. Well said. And my question to you now is like you've been talking about the teacher as well as teachers balancing life and work or work and life, whatever it is. Now, I want you to just shift your focus from teachers to the students. Today, students are going through a sort of unexpected stress. They're not allowed to move out of the house. They've been restricted in terms of, in between the four walls. They say there's something called live classes. The teacher teaches from her home, and this guy has to sit down for 40 minutes to 1 hour to 3 hours to 4 hours. I don't know how many hours. So no friends, no going to school, no usual school prayer. So they're under so much of stress. So I want you to just give us some idea about how a student can balance study and his life. Now, teacher, work and life. Now, for a student, how do you balance study and his life? Because student also need to be taught as to how he should bring down his stress level because of the new type of teaching and learning. He is not used to it. Neither the teacher is used nor the student is used. So teachers are also under stress. The students are also under stress. And under these circumstances, ma'am, what is your suggestion for a student to balance between studying and the life? So study and life balancing, not work and life balancing, study and life balancing. Over to you, ma'am. If you have any,
yes.
yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Actually, during this pandemic, what we can find that all the schools virtual teaching is going on, and we don't know even that how long it will be continued. Really,
Absolutely.
we don't know.
No, no, no,
So,
no idea at all.
so it is. So is our students are really, I mean, maybe they are stuck at home and they can't move outside. Their parents are not allowing them to outside because we know that it is not at all a good situation to move outside. So
Yes,
it's
yes.
my suggestion that rather than you, because teachers at per their level, they are giving their best. They are giving
No doubt.
their best. So
No doubt. No doubt.
at the time of small children, they we are teaching in such way we should prepare so that in between two classes at least they get 20 to 25 minutes gap. It's for
Okay.
primary children up to
All right.
class 5. I'm talking
Okay.
about up to class 5. So we should make a timetable in such a way so that they should not be because in front of the camera or in front of phone or laptop, it is not very good for their health as well. So all the schools should
Absolutely.
prepare in such a timetable so that it should not affect their I mean what I can say health. Next is we should give the priority to the parent because for small children only they are the one who are teaching them. We are virtually teaching, but helping hand is their parent.
Correct. Yes,
So
yes.
we should give them the instruction to the parent in such a way, like most of the Indian parents they run behind the marks. They are not run behind the knowledge. They evaluate a student how much they are getting in maths, how much they are getting, are they are getting more than their friends or not. This is
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
scenario.
True,
So,
true.
so this is the thing, and this is the time we should call the parent, take a, I mean, some workshops or giving them the knowledge that they should encourage their student, they should encourage their word to take the knowledge, whatever it is delivering, whatever the classes is coming, they also sit along with them and they also learn, they also listen. Yes, I believe that all the people, dad used to move out for the office and mom used to busy in cooking, but until unless we are continue with this process, we need help because it's a triangle: school, parent, and student. So three triangles should be running equally. If one triangle will not, I mean, get the speed, with the other stick, then it will be problematic for the student. So rather than we should take care about the student health, student academics. So we should give the priority to the parent so that they can deliver and they can help their small children how they should grasp, or they should give even so lots of schools are welcoming the parents that you tell your suggestion what to do. So uh, give them proper time for activity, house activity, some creativity you should create, like small children after 20 minutes or 30 minutes class, it is not easy for them to attend again the another class. So mom and dad should be involved with the student. It's very necessary for the teachers nowadays to involve the parent in education system for helping hand of a teacher, because at home we can't go, in the school we can't call them. Whatever we are delivering, it should be installed inside the student through the parent itself. So parent involvement is basically very necessary, sir, nowadays, for the even small children, even young ones also. So now I am talking about 6 to 12. These are the age of adolescence. So these students are very much familiar with their social media, very much familiar with other activity also. Like some of them you can't stop them at home. So when they also know about this pandemic situation, so they should make something creative things among with the teachers virtually. Like teacher will not should not be involved with them only to content delivery. Some other session should be there where they can do the group discussion regarding the pandemics, regarding some other issues. Next is they should make whatever in their mind. Sometimes some student they want to dance, but they are not very much familiar. So my suggestion is to some creative, they should involve himself or herself with some creative things which can give them the space or mind freshness. Next is the same way they should make a schedule when they should wake up, when they should take their lunch, when they should give time to their friends. Obviously, that is, you have to go with the social media also. And nowadays, as because we are using too much phone, so my suggestion, all the students for certain time, at least 2 to 3 hours, they should keep away from them from the electronic gadgets, sir. Because because they are from 9 o'clock up to 4 o'clock, they are attending the classes through the webcam and through the laptop and all. So whatever the effect it is coming, we are sometimes we listen, we heard that some students having the eyes problem, some students have stomach problem. I mean, whatever the reason, but my suggestion is to they should keep themselves away for certain time out of the range of electronic gadgets. They should do some something. I mean, activity which giving them the mind freshness, like jumble word or crossword. Because I didn't find nowadays some uh, include my daughter, what I can say, my students, they feel the crossword, which we used to do in the newspaper, in a magazine. There is a column of a crossword. So we used to feel, we used to, match the synonyms and we try to write. But nowadays you can't find. They are busy with the cell phone, the game, in the laptop, their game. So in this way they can't get out from the pressure. Ultimately there is some inside pressure inside their mind. They are pressurized, they are pressurized. So So it is better they should take give time to their mom and dad. I mean, they should help in cooking to their parents. They should, when the dad is coming, they should go and talk to their parents with some other issue, what is happening outside, I mean, even around the world. I mean, my suggestion is to parent also help the student, and student also give the time to the parents. And here the teacher is there to make them understand to the parents, because nowadays most of family, nuclear family, husband and wife, both of them are working. So it's very difficult for them to give them the time to their kids. So during this pandemic, my as a educationist, my suggestion is to the I request all the parents, they should give time to their children so that they can grow by their mind in proper way. Because whatever delivered by the school organization, by the teachers, it is giving their academics, but what about their physical growth, what about their mindset? They should not be leave their children, not only giving good food and vegetables and everything is good for my child, but
I think the net is out, so ma'am, I don't know. Ma'am, are you there? Sorry, I think there has been some problems with the network, and it's already twice, so I can only say thank you so much, virtually, ma'am, and for sharing your knowledge. It will be certainly be utilized by many of our viewers working there with us from 3 o'clock. From 3 o'clock, who have been watching us, and I'm sure that this is going to benefit all of us, and we will again come back next Thursday with the Thursday topic. So till we meet again, it's Middle signing off from the rest of the Find the door. So, Jai Hind.